Alright, now we're going to explore the talent of Mattybraps and then see how the kid's following his dream and just how much work he's put into that dream. Okay, first of all, YouTube partnership to bring in the money. That's the first important step. Okay? First of all, his parents had wealth coming in. Mattybraps, that's the biggest problem with Mattybraps. Okay? His parents have had wealth coming in. And let me ask you fangirls and Matty B, I hope you're watching this. Let me ask you people a question. What do you think is a bigger success? What do you think is a bigger reason for the success of Mattybraps? The talent of the kid or the family's initial wealth? Because if Matty B did not have money and his family was as poor as yours was and mine was, he would be nobody. He'd be a fucking nobody, just another cute boy at the school. Nobody would fucking know who he is. Nobody would know his Twitter. Nobody. It's because he was born into this lifestyle. He came out of the right vagina. And that's why he is where he is now. Okay? And let's prove it. Let's go through some of the things that Mattybraps' parents did for him. Let's go through and expose this talentless hack. Okay, so the YouTube partnership. Okay, a copyright. Let's talk more about the copyright. But it's pretty common knowledge now that Matty B has a copyright. Well, how much is a copyright? Okay, so first of all, if you're gonna register online, that copyright costs $35. If you hire an attorney to do it, it costs $500 to hire that attorney. If you do it on paper, it's $85, and every time you renew the copyright, which these people seem to do every year, it's $100. So the minimum's $35, the highest is $585. Okay? Where's Mattybraps getting $585? Where's Mattybraps? Where's a 7-year-old kid getting $35? Because I'm telling you right now, it's not them. It's not them. You're gonna seriously tell me that Mattybraps raked a few yards when he was 7 and earned $35? Fuck off. He didn't do shit. His parents paid for it. Which, okay, I know I'll get this. What's wrong with that, Itachi? Well, when you sit here and say the kid worked for it, his parents did it for him. How is that him working for it? He didn't work for it. It was handed to him. All on a plate. Opportunity, again, on a plate for him. Just because he's wealthy. That's why. Now, yeah, the wealthy get a headline. You're gonna seriously sit there and defend them as good work? Yeah, I know they get a headline. Are you going to seriously sit there and defend Mattybraps as good objective work? Then you're an idiot. Okay, next. So copyright done. Merchandise. I went to his fucking website and added up all his merch. Okay? Mattybraps has a total of $1,170 worth of merchandise being mass-produced and sold to the public. Who's making this merch for him? Is it self-produced? Are they hiring a company? Where is this shit coming from? Okay? Either way, there's a bunch of fees that go into it. If they're making it themselves, they gotta worry about production costs. If they're hiring somebody to do it, they gotta pay the fees. They gotta pay them. Is Mattybraps paying them? No. And maybe let's pretend that Mattybraps is paying them. Let's make the assumption that Mattybraps is paying the people with the money that's coming in from YouTube. Okay? Well, again, how do you get the YouTube partnership? How do you get the copyright? Parents. They had to get it for him. So again, he didn't do shit. And without his rich family, he wouldn't be here. He would not be here. And he would not be here if it wasn't for his family's initial wealth. $1,170 worth of merch on his website being mass produced. Where's your merchandise, kid? Where's all your merchandise? It's nowhere because you're not entitled. You're not born into it. If Mattybraps, nobody would discover Mattybraps. Okay, Mattybraps wouldn't perform on a Thursday night to the Green Kayak. Nobody would know who he is. He'd be a mediocre loser at the bar on a Wednesday night, singing karaoke half drunk. That's who he'd be if it wasn't for his entitlement. Alright, his editing equipment. Where's all that coming from? Because, they have to auto-tune his voice. Where's all that shit coming from? Where's this big fucking camera coming from? This shit costs money, people. Do you know how this economy works? This shit costs money. And Mattybraps did not work for any of this shit. But I'm filming this with a fucking iPad. You think Mattybraps is shooting his videos with an iPad? I hate to tell you, but he's not. He's not filming this shit with an iPad. I got news for you. He's getting a big high-tech camera that probably costs at least a couple $1,000s, or at least a couple $100 to do it for him. That's how he's doing it. And he's getting somebody to film the video for him. This kid contributes nothing to his own fame. Concerts. Okay, yeah. If you don't think putting on a concert costs him and earns him money, you have a screw loose. Okay? Yeah, the only thing Mattybraps does for his career is being marketable. That's it. That's the only thing. He has a cute face that the girls like. Okay? That 24-year-old girls like, apparently. Girls that already have wedding rings on, apparently, like. This kid is not talented, people. He's a fucking Justin Bieber 2.0. iTunes. This kid has 5 singles on iTunes. Alright. Well, what goes into that? Because there's some shit that, like, people don't, Mattybraps has a single on iTunes. Well, what do you have to get a single on iTunes? Well, let's look at it. In order to have a single on iTunes, you have to have a UPCEAN, that's JAN. Those are all, that's a capital abbreviation. I'll save you looking them up, they're barcodes. You have to have a barcode to get on iTunes. $5 per single. So, Mattybraps has 5 albums, 5 singles, that's $25. So for 5 each separate barcode. He has another song on there that's like part of an album or something. I don't know what the fuck that is. Okay. You need an ISRC. That's $80. Where's that coming from? Mattybraps is completely ignorant to all this shit. Yeah, he probably knows they had to go out and buy shit for him, but he is completely ignorant, and then he sits there and says, "Oh, I'm so talented, haters gonna hate." Well, look at this shit, people. He's done nothing. He's not talented. He has done nothing. The fact is that Mattybraps cannot do shit on his own. Nothing. But the last thing he needs, and the biggest thing that proves, if you ignore everything else I've set up until this point, in order to post something on iTunes, you need a U.S. tax identification. Where's fucking 12-year-old Mattybraps' U.S. tax identification? Please. I like to see you fangirls bullshit evidence for this one. Prove to me that Mattybraps has a U.S. tax identification. Can you prove to me that Mattybraps has a U.S. tax identification? I got a little spoiler alert for you. You can't do it. You can't prove this fucking cunt has a U.S. tax identification. Because he doesn't have one. His parents do it for him. So Mattybraps can't do shit on his own. So you say that... a career like Mattybraps requires constant financial input. So, all you people that say, prove it since you can't do it, and all this, and every shit beyond those lines, I like to see you do better. You're all completely ignorant to how the system works. The music industry is designed for wealthy, entitled douchebags alone. Very rarely do people get discovered and brought in off the streets to be a part of the music industry. Coming in, you usually have wealth beforehand, and you can continue supplying the wealth throughout your career. That's what it takes to get in the music industry. And certain steps and financial contributions need to be made for a career like Mattybraps to heaven. Mattybraps himself cannot do any of this, period. Can't do it. He cannot do his career on his own. Okay? He's not talented. Not at all. To get where Mattybraps is now requires certain things. It requires wealth. It requires an idiotic, retarded market. It requires the right environment. It requires luck, as he's born into it. It requires a certain mold that you fit. Yeah, people, he's a stereotype. He fucking covers music. He doesn't write his own shit. He covers music. And that's how people click on the video and they go, "Oh, he's such a cute kid!" That's, again, shouldn't be factors to determining a good video, but they are. But they are, apparently. But so Mattybraps, if those 5 things weren't there, Mattybraps would not have a career. And unfortunately, being talented is not on that list. Because he's not talented. He's wealthy. That's his problem. Look at the scenery in the videos of his videos. The most recent Matty B video I had the displeasure of watching was the blank space one. Click on the blank space video. Look at that fucking house. You're gonna seriously tell me he's middle class? He ain't middle class, people. I got news for you. He's a rich, entitled, wet-nosed brat. That's how that entire family is. It's full of wet-nosed, entitled brats. And I really hope they have, each and every one of them, all 5 of them have a reality check. Alright. We're gonna be going to the next part here in a few minutes. Just, God, people, wake up. The fact is that Mattybraps doesn't know how his own industry works. He's a brat. He sits there and goes, "Oh, prove it then, haters." You are completely ignorant to why you have your lifestyle. You asshole. God. Next part.